long time since the Sopranos series finale. Did we need an origin story of Tony Soprano? I mean, it's an interesting prospect, without a doubt. Unfortunately, this isn't really that much of an origin for Tony Soprano. The movie is more about his uncle Dickie, and Tony, or Anthony as he's called because he's younger, he's just kind of there. Now, if you're just jumping into this without having seen The Sopranos, I can kind of see why you might think the movie is a little boring, because it is very, very slow moving. I mean, there's a few exciting moments, like when Ray Liotta, his character, is brutally murdered. And honestly, I was so happy that he got killed, because his character's just a piece of shit. But then, surprise! He has a twin brother in prison? Also, there's one point where Vera Farmiga's character is just complaining. She just won't shut the fuck up. So her husband, played by Jon Bernthal, just fucking shoots her through her hair just to shut her up. That was so weird and out there, but it was just kind of awesome. Now, like I said, overall, this movie is about his uncle Dickie Moltisanti. I'm probably butchering that. And how it's, the main families versus a new group being rose up, coming up by the black community, and how the black community is killing their guys, and, Dickie's family is killing his guys, and so on and so forth. And it's the 60s, 70s, so it's black versus white. So, I mean, it makes sense for the time. There's also betrayal in the families, which is not surprising because this is the mob. One part which I found very interesting was that Tony wanted nothing to do with the family business, that being the mob. Now, he tried to do his little things as a little kid, but as he grew up and got through school, he wanted to be a football player. He didn't want to be this big mob boss. So that was very intriguing, knowing that, in the main show, The Sopranos, Tony Soprano is the top dog. But just one death in his teenage years changes all of that. I won't say which death because that spoils it. So the movie itself is very, very well acted. Vera Farmiga, while almost unrecognizable in the makeup, she commands the screen every time she's on. Then there's Alessandro Nivola, if I'm saying that right, who plays Dickie. He is great in the role. Then there's Jon Bernthal, while a much smaller role. The man is a fantastic actor, which, he very much proved in the Punisher series. And I really, really hope Disney's going to keep him as the Punisher, because they should just keep him as the Punisher. Come on, Disney, don't fuck this up. Anyway, then there's Michael Gandolfini, who is James Gandolfini's son, which, perfect casting, by the way. He plays the role of young teenage Tony Soprano very well. The only issue is he does not have the screen presence that his father did. But at the same time, he's still young. He has time to build himself up. And if they ever do continue this, The Many Saints of Newark, and to see Sopranos further rise in the ranks, I think he does have the potential to at least match his father in terms of a screen presence. My only real issue, other than the fact that, this was touted as a Tony Soprano origin story, and it really isn't, was that it still leaves many unanswered questions from the Sopranos series, which you can't really get into without spoiling the Sopranos if you've never seen it, and also spoiling the movie. So I'm just kind of gonna leave it at that. I mean, I probably should get into it, but I don't want to spoil anything for people. Anyway, it is an overall good story. It's very well acted. It's well made. The cinematography, the settings, costumes, makeup, it's all great. I give The Many Saints of Newark a B+.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.